So tomorrow notes, bring the notes, okay? Please sit down. So random dot what? Function name of. Function name of. Next, another syntax is from numpy import random as R is called alias name for random module. From numpy import what? Random submodule. This is giving the alias name for upper one np dot random dot. These many ways you can use it. And this is used to learn in our Python course only. Now, random module contains the following functions. Whatever the functions are there, all of them I am giving in certain format. Randint, spell out. Randint, rand of, uniform, random, normal of, shuffle of, choice of. So compulsory, these questions will come in the interview point of view. Compulsory things these are. Let me talk about what is randint. Very, very easy. I gave a just like a beautiful notes for you people. Just if you look at that, you can understand. Randint stands for what? Random integers. It will generate random integers. Well, this function is used for generating random integer values. There are three syntaxes I am giving. Number one, numpy dot random dot int value. This indicates when you specify the value over here, it generates the random integer number. It generates the random integer number from where ma? From where ma? Integer number from 0 to value -1. Such type of things in our Python, you learned so many number of things. Understand? When you take a range of start comma stop step, start to stop -1 values only will be generated. Rand int of value, it generates a random integer value from 0 to value -1. That means the value is called excluded. Let me show you that. Go to the place. Now I'm going to take up import numpy as np. So I'm going to take it some x is equal to np dot random randint of some 10 I'm saying. Of some 10 I'm saying. What is this x is going to contain? Any one of the number from 0 to 10 minus 1. Any one of the number from 0 to 10 minus 1. That will present in where? X. And x is what type? X is what type? Quick. Come on. Huh? Right. If you say end array, you take your bag and go to home directly. So I'm saying that any one of the value from 0 to 10 minus 1, maybe 6, maybe 5, maybe 4, maybe 2, maybe 3. What is it? Int. Maybe int type it is. One single random value is coming. Is it an end array? No doubt in that. I wrote it on that. But I'm going to show from the syntax number 1 onwards. So here you see, ma, what is the number coming? 2, which you did not predict it. Try to execute the same thing. Try to execute the same thing. See the value which is going to come. What is coming? 0. Now I am going to write it once again. It is going to give you what? 9. What is this 209 are called? Random numbers. Is it 10 is coming? If you write so many times, what is not going to come? 10 will not come. What will come only? 0 to 9. So even if you write a for loop, my dear students, for I in the range of, for I in range of, for I in range of 11, if I write it, for loop must be known everybody. 11 means what? 0 to 10. And print of the statement I am writing. Print of the statement I am writing. So when I am generating 11, 0 to 10 time, not even one time what is coming? 10 will not come. So between 0 to 9, maybe some repetition numbers will be coming, but 10 will not be coming at all. What are the numbers are coming? Numbers are coming, which are not what? 10 is not coming. So it is giving you what? 0 to, come on, 9. So that is going to be not only this 10, you can take 100 also, 1000 also, any number you can take it. Are you following? So what is the use of random? First level thing, it generates the random integers from 0 to value minus 1. Next, second syntax. My dear students, I want the range of values between suppose I want 4-digit OTP. What is the minimum 4-digit number? 1000. What is the highest OTP? 9999. So what is my lower value? 1000. What is my higher value? That means what value I will write? 1000. 1000. That is nothing but what? 10,000 I'll write it. So what is this now? Low comma high generates the random numbers from low to high minus 1. So if I want a 4-digit OTP, what I will write it? NP dot random dot randint of 4-digit means what? 1000. And 999 means what? I will write 5-digit number here. Understand? It will give you 1000 to what? Yes. Go to that. Now I am going to take up. This is called a syntax number 1, students. I'll put it over here. Very, very important. Special care to be taken about it. So here I'm going to keep it syntax number 1. Syntax number 2 I am going to come. Syntax number 2 I am going to come. Here you go for it. You see in any one of the YouTube channels, you see random module, you see, you will not understand, and it is going to be something else. I don't want to comment on it. That is what I'm saying daily. Listen my class and listen any YouTube channel, any tutorial, you just watch it. Always this is a comparison day 1 onwards I used to say. Try to apply in all the sessions. So x is equal to, come on ma, np dot random dot randint of randint of randint of what I'm saying 1000 comma 10,000. This is going to give you the random number between 1000 to 10,000. Can you expect it? No. What is the type of x? Come on. Beautiful. What is int in Python? What is int in Python? Beautiful. It's a class. It's a predefined class. It's a predefined class. Nice. So it is going to be 5988. 5988. Again, I want to go for it. Again, I want to go for it like this. Again, if I run my code, it is going to be the same thing. I want to generate the random numbers between 10 to 20. I want to generate the random number between 10 to 20. Come on. 10 comma 21. Try to run it. 10 comma 21. Are you following me? Suppose I want the Gmail verification code, I want to use it. Just like 5-digit number will be coming as a Gmail verification code, for example. So what is the 5-digit minimum number? Come on, students. So here I'm going to write some number of digits are like this. Are you getting me? And I'm printing here something like one G symbol will come, hyphen will come, and a comma. What I will write it? X I will write it. Are you following? Following this? So this is a one. I'm just trying to write it. What is this now? You try to write this now. It is any one of the 5-digit OTP will be coming. Any one of the 5-digit OTP will be coming. Are you following? So if I want to print around 10 5-digit OTPs like this, if you want to get it for I in range of 1 comma 11, I will print this statement here. I'll print the statement here. So try to execute, follow the indentation. I'm going to get this. Able to follow, students? So if anybody want random numbers between 100 to 200, 100 comma 200, 100 to 200, open interval is 100, closed interval is what? 200. Able to follow? Yes. So this is called the second syntax. Did you understand the law? Nothing but what? Beginning. High is nothing but what? If it is the reverse, no output will be coming. If it is the reverse, no output will be coming, students. Just have a look at, here I am writing 20 comma 10, 20 comma 10. I'm just writing it. I'm just getting it. What is this? That is called wrong. So you need to follow the value error is going to come. So this will give you value error. I will go to give this place. Here I am going to give you this error. So this part I am going to give you what? Error. Both of them, I'll keep it in a commenting line. So I'll go to give this value error. Are you able to follow? Nice. Go to the second one I'm going to talk about. Third syntax I'm going to. Third syntax. Please look at the third syntax. What this is dealing with. First one gives you what? Single value coming. Third, second also coming. Single value. That is called which type of random number? Integer number. So rand int always gives you what? Int value. Now I want to get it. 1D random values, 2D random values, 3D random values I want. For that, high comma size. Already you know low and high relationship, you know. Low to high minus 1 already you learned it. Low comma high comma generates the random numbers between low to high minus 1 with the size of what? 1D, 2D, ND. And once you see the notes, you'll get a lot of confidence in the coding part. So 1D, 2D, ND, how to mention it. That I'm going to enter into the subject like this. Go to this place now. I'm going to take up syntax number 3. Syntax number 3 I'm going to take up here. So here I will give you here something like this. Yeah. So this is the syntax I'm going to start, students. Let's start here. Number here. Import numpy. Actually not necessary as I'm just writing it. NP, come on. NP dot random dot randint of. I'm going to take it 10 comma 10 comma 21 comma. I'm writing something like what? 3. Something like 3. What is this now? Size. I can write here even size is equal to what? 3. What it gives you? It returns something like A. What is this A, students? A comma type of A. It gives you how many random numbers between 10 to 21. 3 random numbers will be coming. 3 random numbers will be coming, which is of which type? ND array. It's not only the same thing you will come across the next moment. It will be something different also. Are you following? So any such a type of random numbers of integers you want, I can go for writing like this. What is the dimension of it? 1. What is the dimension of it, ma? 1D. So go for 100 comma 201. I will say something like 6. I'll say something like 6. Print of what? Dim. Dim of A. Dim of A. Comma what? A dot endim. A dot endim. I forget. What is this endim is called attribute. Attribute of end array. Print of what here? Shape. Shape of what? A is equal to comma what? A dot shape. A dot shape. Are you following me? This is going to be an end array. What is the dimension, ma? How many elements? 6 comma. 6 comma. Are you able to follow? If you want to see this number of permutations and combinations, if you want to apply, suppose I want to generate such a pair of numbers for around some 10 times you want to, you can go to a small for loop, you can write it. For I in range of, for I in range of 1 comma some 6, I'm writing here, I am writing here saying you can write it. The same type of thing, you can write it here. First time, second time, I'm writing here print of, I'm writing purely Python code mixed with a NumPy. First time combination, first time random range values, rand int values. So there I'm going to write it. Dot format of what? I comma A, I comma A. See this now. First time this is the pair of values. Second time this is a pair of values. Third time, fourth time, and then fifth time. Is there any similar repetition of same first time and second time? Same thing is there. Different combinations are available. I'm getting what? 6 possible random numbers are coming. Are you able to get it? Yes. So this is not only these numbers, you can take low to high, size is equal to 6, which is giving you what dimension? 1 dimension. Shall I go to the next to 2D? Yes. Online students, I hope it is more comfortable. So let us go to the next part of it. Students, carefully try to follow. Here I'm writing size is equal to, now I'm writing 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2. See how I'm representing in the form of tuple. I'm representing in the form of tuple. So tuple is nothing but our Python level. 2 comma 2. What it is going to print? From these place, 2 by 2 random numbers will be generated here. So we are going to get some type of random. Dimension is what? 2. Shape is so 2 comma 2. It's not only like that. You can take it as what 3 comma 4 comma your own choice. So here I am getting like this. Are you able to follow? If you want any such combinations, if you want any such combinations, if you want, as I was written here, you can happily take up. So here I am writing size is equal to 3 comma 4, 3 comma 4. Just trying to write, 3 comma 4. Close this bracket. So here I'm writing, just have some closing part of it. Closing part of it, 50. So just try to run it. Here we are having how many times? First time this value is coming. Second time this value is coming. If you want, you can have it. So this one you can write it \n. So you are getting first time, second time, not here. So I'll write it in this place. I will write it. So try to run this now. So we are getting first time this is a matrix, second time this is a matrix, third time this is a matrix, fourth time and then fifth time. N number of times you can generate random matrices. Are you able to follow? Yes, this is about what concept? What concept it is? Randint. For which kind of dimension? Two dimension. So first syntax, randint of value gives you 0 to value -1. Randint of low comma high gives you low to high -1, which gives one dimension. That is single value. Next one is third syntax is going to give you from 1D onwards. What is that? Low comma high comma size. That you need to remember. This is called 2D. We got it, students. Similarly, last part we are entering into that. Here I am going to take up very simple here. There I am taking. So here I am taking 2 comma 3 comma 2. 2 comma 3 comma 2. I forget. What is this 2? Hmm? Super. Number of matrices. What is this 3? Rows in each matrix. What is this 2? Column. There are a lot of examples are going to come. Lot of programming models are going to come. Students, be careful, ma. So here I am going to get it. This is one matrix. This is one more matrix. This is called first matrix and second matrix that represents 2. And each one is containing 3 rows and what? 2 columns. This is called the subject of 3 dimension. And like this we are having. Are you following me? So this type of data, if at all you need, for this kind of things, you can have it here like this. And I say here 2 comma 2 comma 3 if you want 2 comma 3. Any sizes if you want, you can go for it. So you are getting it here. This is called first time 3D, second time 3D, and the next is called what? Another time you are getting this. Are able to follow? Yes, this is related to what? Random integers. From where? 0 to value -1. Low to what? Right. Next is called what? Low to high -1 with size. Are you able to follow? Right. Now I'm going to take up. One small things I want to go for it. See, students, now I'm going to take up. Here I'm going to take it. Be careful. Here I'm writing -10 and then I'm writing 10. -10 and I'm writing 10. 2 comma 2 I'm writing just a it is coming. Now it is coming. Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay. Now it's okay. See how students will be. When I ask a question, you don't give the answer for a long time. When internet stopped for a few seconds, you will get tension. So because internet is not in my hands, it is not in your hands, it's through Webex. So try to have some patience, my dear students. Now let's start. Is it clear up? Randint. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to enter into the and final things, and I'll be giving this entire things. And wherever the random numbers are coming, for example, OTP generation in ATMs, OTP generation in ATMs, what will come? Random module I will use it. Right? Suppose when I'm downloading my Aadhaar card, what I need? Captcha code, some symbols I want. How to generate it? I'll be showing here. So all those things are possible with what? Random model. Well, go to next part of it. What is the next? Rand, rand, rand off. This is a function name. Stands for in our random off. This will give you random values, random floating point values. These are giving what? Random integer values. Random integer values. Just to go once here. Once if I try to go to it, here I'm trying to say something. I'm going to write it 1.2 and then here I'm writing 3.4. I'm just trying to write size is equal to 4. Right? Size is equal to 4. It is going to give you what? Even though I wrote 1.2 and 3.4, they take it as what? Come on, int type. Because the value which you are passing, even though this 1.2 and 3.4, they are taken as what? Because internally, the Python environment uses format specifiers of Python. Just have a look. This is was the internal implementation. A is equal to 1.2. Print of A. And you know, in our Python classes, we used to print this A with the format specifiers. Percent F is equal to percent F is equal to percent of what? A. It will print what? 1.2, 1.2. After that, after the dot, it will print always what? 6 zeros will be printed. Already 2 is there. The rest of them are called 0. We used to tell about floating point values. So here you used to see this is the output is coming. Now I am writing all of sudden 0.2 I am saying. What is the 0.2? Only 2 decimal places will come. That you know already in our school days, this beginning days only, beginning of my Python sessions. When you come to all of sudden I am writing D, I am writing percentage D, I am writing. It will give you one only. It will give you one only. It won't give you what? 1.2 because internally it is typecasted to which type? Int type. So if A is equal to 12, if I print that percentage F like that, 12 point how many zeros? 6 zeros. It is taken as float. Getting me? If I say 0.2 F, 12.00, it's a basic part of our Python level. Are you following? So coming to this area, students, in this case, even though I wrote 1.2 and 3.4, it is taken as 1 and then what? So here 1.2 taken as 1, taken as 1 and 3.4, 3.4 taken as what? 3, taken as 3. That is called what values? Integer values. They are taken as integer values. So that also you must remember. That's why they significantly said that it is called which type? Int type. So let us move to the further here rand-off. So this function is meant for generating the random values between 0.0 to 1.0. 1.0 is excluded. 0.0 is also excluded. Both of them are closed intervals. Between 0.0 to 1.0 only the values will be coming. So let's see this now. Syntax number 1, numpy dot random dot randoff. What this will give you, I said already, generating any random floating point values. If at all you are interested in floating point values, we'll go for what? Randoff. Floating point values between what? 0.0 to 1.0. 1.0. Able to follow? Next, let me complete all the syntaxes. Numpy dot random dot rand of value. So here no parameter at all. Here the parameter generating random number floating point values. How many times? Value times. If I say what? 3. If I say 3, what will be coming? Come on. So between what? 0.0 to 1.0 with what? 1D. Such a clear notes. So coming to the point of it, this I will show you. I think you are following me. Next is called what? Numpy dot random dot rand of rows comma columns. Same 2D only will be coming between what numbers? 0.0 to 1.0. Same matrix format only in this well. Number of matrices comma rows comma columns generating random floating point values. Number of matrices rows and what columns between 0.0 to 1.0 with what 3D. This is significant. This is simply called as what this is simply known as what we are using in where uniform distribution we are going to use it. Where we are using uniform distribution. In our probability, in our statistics, some distributions are there. Data distribution values will be coming. One is normal distribution. One more is called uniform distribution. I already shown in our place students. Already I shown you, my dear students. I'll go to one more time. I'll go to one more time. Go to this place once. I'm taking here uniform distribution. Small diagram I want to show you. Go to the images. These are called what? Uniform distribution values using. This is called, all these things I will explain in the classroom. No doubt in that. Histograms, I'll explain the concepts of like this. This is comes under, you see this difference here. This is going to be known as what? Come on. This is called what? Uniform distribution. Are you able to follow me? All values are going to be similar kind of thing. A range of values which I'm preparing between two consecutive numbers. What is the difference? Uniformity will be maintained. And the academic marks you are getting, one subject 70, one subject 78, one subject 52, one subject 60. Is there any uniformity? No, that is called what? Random. That is a normal distribution. Are you getting this? And the range of values which you are having is called what? Uniformity will be maintained. So this type of distributions we are going to show. Uniform distribution, that histogram I'm going to explain. And this you see normal distribution, binomial distribution, uniform distribution. These are distribution probability distribution functions are going to come. Are you following me? Without telling also numpy also you can finish it off. Because of that, what will happen? Tomorrow, if you go for an interview, compulsory question this is. What is the difference between uniform distribution and normal distribution? Write a code and show me with numpy and matplotlib. What you will do that time? And I don't know all these things. I will write only 1 hour numpy is over. Because of that, what will happen? You know that. Everybody will talk about numpy pandas. Numpy 1 or 2 days finished. Here, so many examples, so many things will come. One by one, carefully understand. Are you following, ma? So number of matrices, rows and columns generating random floating point values. So everything one by one I will show you. Creating an object of, so let's close this part. I'm going to what is this? Create an object of ND array by using randof. Randof. First syntax I'm going to take up. First syntax. So here I'm going to take up the first syntax. Because if I show you certain things, I'll show the documentation first so that you will understand nicely. So that you can understand nicely. So there I will create it. Start here. A is equal to np dot random dot randof. Np dot random dot what? Randof. So I'm not mentioning anything. And what is the value of A? Can anybody can say? Type of A. I already said 0.0 to 1.0. Which type? Float type. Good. Abhi, Nayeshwaram, Suchitra, Bhargav, all the students. It is called float type. It is called float type. Float type. Are you following? Suppose I want to display only two decimal places. Only two decimal places I want to. How do you display, my dear students? Go to that. Another one. Let us experience another one like this. Let us have the experience of another one. Let us have the experience of 10 things I want. For I in range of what? 1 comma 11 of have that part here. I'm going to write it. I'm going to print this, or I will print the same thing. Let it print it. It is going to give you what? All of them are like this. I want to generate the same thing with how many decimal places? Two decimal places if you want. I can go for happily writing. Come on. Double quotes 0.2f, 0.2f, percent what? A. You write percent to FA. What are coming? Rounded to this. Are you following me? And during the 0.2f, suppose if the number is called what? 0.797, something like 7, 8, and then 5. What will be like this I am having? When I am rounding to two decimal places, what is this value will be coming? 7, 9. Good. That part already explained in our Python classes. So 0795, 795. What is an output now? 0. What? 80, 80. Hmm? Lalasa is asking, can we use round function? You can use it. Why can't we use it? We can use round function. Already round function also I said now? Yes. See ma, try to. All those things we used it. Go to what? This I will write it. Dot what? Dot format of what? Or directly you write it. What is this? Round off. A comma 2. A comma 2. These things already we learned it in our classroom. Already learned or not? Yes. These are all called what? General functions we applied it. So, are you able to follow now? In uniform distribution, some sort of random values I want. What is uniform distribution? First, I will explain. First, learn about the coding related aspect. Are you following? So, why we started these modules before the data science level of yours? Because the data science algorithms are little complicated. Complicated things plus programming at a time is learning. Student is becoming fail in learning data science. That's why before that, if we learn the operations on it, coding you learn beginning so that you can understand the algorithms easily so that you can apply. Are you following me? So that is the meaning of introducing all these operations first. So I think first one is clear. Go to the second syntax now. Second syntax I am going to introduce here. So here, go to the place, syntax number 2. So here I am writing like this. Go to the place, here I am writing. Between these values, we are getting it, students. So here, come out of that, take the same thing. A is equal to np dot random dot. What is this now? Rand off. What is this now? I'll say something like 4. What is the meaning of 4? The name itself says generating number of what? Floating point values. That is called how many times? Value times. Value times. So NP random of what? Rand int of 4. Now I'm going to say here A comma type of A. What the type of A? ND array. ND array. ND array na floater. 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 So it is going to give you how many values? 4 values. 4 values. So supposed to sit properly. You are in tension sitting properly. Okay. How many values are coming? 4 values. Between what? 0.0 to 1.0. Definitely it is what type? 1D. ND array. See this now. 4 values are coming, which is of which type? ND array. I want 4 different random numbers I want. Where are we require these 4 random numbers? I need to explain some algorithms in data science. But I'm not mixing at the part of this. Here I am explaining what is the operational level, what it will do, I am explaining. In further, when you learn it, you are going to get that algorithm with this kind of thing. When algorithm plus this is using at the same time, that will become complicated for you. Are you following me? So how to generate random floating point values? How do you generate n number of random floating point values between 0.0 to 1.0 random function? How do you display the random value, one random value of floating point value, random without parameter? How do you generate a random number of values of specified number, random 4? I think you follow me. So this is the one we are going to say. If you want to do it, you can write, I can say print of what? Dim of A is equal to comma what? A dot what? Ndim. A dot ndim. Print of what? Shape. Shape I am going to take it. So shape I am going to take it. Comma. What is this now? A dot shape. So you are going to get it one dimension and then 4. Able to get it? Fine. By using these values, I'm going to use this visualization. Matplotlib I'm going to use it for showing you what? Distribution as well as normal distribution. There I will tell mean and then if go to this uniform distribution and before that distribution uniform distribution if you take in this case if you take it these values which are going to have I used to get a lot of values which are lying in this range same uniformity found the best example I will give you. The WHO organization conducted a survey on hypertension patients. Hypertension patients. Are you getting my point? I'm telling directly case study in the class where I used to implement at the data science level. WHO come to a standard reading on hypertension people, low hypertension people, and healthy people. After studying so many number of people, they come to one kind of what? Reading. What is that reading they found? They put a graph of it, and most of the healthy people are having constant reading, uniformity in the reading. That's why they declared as what? 120/80 is a healthy reading, they said. And later, mafia of this medical people and collapsed, all of them collaborated. They said that they reduced it. Now it is called 110/70. That's why all Indians are becoming hypertension people. Suppose if you don't answer my question, I'll be getting BP of it. Because if you don't answer, and if you don't listen your parents' words, your parents will get high blood pressure. If I measure it, tablets need to be written. So medical people, those shop medical pharmacy people are getting benefited. That's why students, if you come to this, if we come to where this normal up to certain extent it is increasing, up to certain extent it is decreasing. See that up to 10th class, your marks are peaks. After 10th class, coming down. And don't laugh here. I'm just saying that example. Is it correct or not? Is your graph is like that? Say, no, it is just going on coming down. Correct or not? So, like that, I will be showing some type of examples in the class and I'll show. Here you just observe this diagram also you try to see. There are a lot of samples are observed it and found at certain stage, some uniformity is maintaining. That uniformity reading is called accurate value of my model. Are you following me? So, coming to the point of it, for example, I want to adopt some policy in my organization. I'll study the sales management of Amazon. I'll study the sales management of Flipkart. I'll study the sales management of Misho. I'll study the sales management of somebody. I'll get some insights of that business models and I'll put some type of diagram. Diagram I will keep it. What diagram? To observe the uniformity among all of them. We'll prefer which distribution? Uniform distribution, I will get it. So that uniform distribution, I will also implement in my business organization also. These are all called what? Models, which are coming from where? This Python level of Numpy related models only. So for that large samples data to be collected. But sampling data, I will put it in the form of diagram. In the diagram, I will find the what is the rate, what is the value which is meeting at the uniformity. This uniformity value at this axis will become the constant model value in my application. Of course, it is too early to talk about it. The extension of this is called data science related modules, data science algorithms. If you learn it, it will be full-fledged things. So coming to the point of it, that's why while I am you just try to understand what it will do. When you come to the algorithmic point, you can understand. Understanding, I hope so. Coming to next one, number of rows and columns. Generating random float values between 0.0 to what? 1.0 of what? 2D. For syntax number 3 also. Syntax number 3 also I will take it. This is called 2D. And I'll go to the next one. Same thing. I'll go to this place. So here I am going to write it. 3 comma 3 I am going to write it. 3 comma 3 if I write it, what is happening? All the values are courier in the permission తీసుకొని నుంచి ఫోన్ చూసాను ఎప్పుడు కాల్ వస్తుందని తొందరగా వచ్చాయి. So dimension of is what? 2. And what is the shape? 3 comma 3. So if you want, you can go for only 2 values. You can take 3 values. You can. It is your own value. If you want, you can take that. So here I can take it. Here I can take it. Print of this percentage of what? 0.3 f comma what? Percent of a. So percent of a. You can have it. Comma I said no comma space. So here students, what is happening? So this is going to be giving some sort of logic. Some sort of problem is coming. This value is going to be giving something like this. For that, if you are interested, 1 minute you hold on, print of A and like this. Now I will go for what? For I in range of len of A. len of A. For j in range of range of A of 0. A of 0. A of 0. len of A of 0. len of A of all these things I'll explain. Maybe it is quite bouncing for you people. So don't get any panic for this code. And now I'm going to write it. A of percentage 0.2 f. Even if I don't get it, I'll explain in the next sessions. We are having a lot of things on this area. A of what? I comma j. A comma I comma j I am writing. So try to see that I am getting the data and what I am applying, that you leave to me. I'll explain in one. Iterating over NDRS. There is a concept. I will explain that. So here I am writing end is equal to some spacing I am giving ma. So there I am going to write it like that. So try to run this perfect answer like this. And joke to understand this concept. It's something more or less. What is the coding skills you need to improve? Python completed just going here and there roaming, nothing will happen. This type of coding is important. This I will explain in where 2D iterating, 3D iterating, ND iterating, 1D iterating, 2D iterating, 2 for loops. Outer for loop deals with rows, inner for loop deals with columns, because that rows and inner for loops concept, how strongly we explain in Python, you know. 3D, outer for loop deals with matrix number, inner for loop deals with matrix rows, third for loop deals with matrix columns. That is called 3 for loops deals with what? 3D, ND, 5D, ND. How to do it? For that there is a functions are there. These are all questions come in interview. You never find in any website, you never find in any kind of YouTubes. Just to see. That's what I'm saying to every day. That's why I kept it almost exclusively I'm giving training on Numpy these many days. Are you observing? This you don't try to understand. I will explain to you in the class. Okay now? Well, go to the place. I got it. Similarly, I want to go for what? I want to go for what? Like this. I'm going to say 3 comma 3 comma 3. 3 comma 3 comma 3. Type of what? A. Here also I'm going to get it. What are these matrices? 3 matrices. Each one contains what? 3 rows and 3 columns. 3 rows and 3 columns. Are you able to? So like this, you can go for it. For getting this 3, I will write this type of for loop, and that you don't worry at this stage. I will explain this type of code. Are you able to understand, students? Now, first you tell me what is the use of rand and what is the use of randint. Randint gives random integers between 0 to value minus 1 of one thing, low to high of one thing, low to high minus 1 with the size of 1D, 2D, 3D, purely what integer data. If you want the random values between 0.0 to 1.0 of 1D, 2D, ND with one value, I'll go for what? Randoff. Understand? Well, now I'm going for what? Uniform. Uniform I'm going to enter. Are you following me? Yes. Now I'm going to take it. There is a survey. What is the average height of girls? And some girls are seeing what is this girl size? Average height of girls 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, like that. What is the average height of boys? 6.8. So you do not, general knowledge is not there, subject knowledge is not there. What is the general height? Like, okay, now I want to take case studies. 140 crores of Indians are there. I want to have constant average height of normal Indian male, average height of Indian female height. I want to decide. I will take what? So much of sample collections I will take or not? I will draw what diagram? Uniform diagram I will draw. So what maximum values are meeting at one point, that is going to be called as what? Come on. I will draw for this case what? One normal distribution also I will write. Heights are going on increasing and going on coming down also. Some Lilliputs also will be there. Some big people are also there. Height people are there. On and average, then one meeting point will be there. As your graph is increasing like this. At this point of time, this will be considered as a normal height or not. So that point we want to take. I will apply uniform distribution, normal distribution, bell curve. I will explain all those things. Don't get panic now itself. Sir, I did not understand normal distribution or uniform distribution. I did not understand this for loop and all. Don't worry. I'll explain one by one. First, this session is dealing with what? How to create an object of ND array. Okay, now. Right. Go to the next part of it. Go to the next part of it. What is the next one? Randint. What is this now? Number of matrices, comma, rows, comma, columns. Now I'm entering into uniform. Spell out. Rand and then uniform are dealing with uniform distribution only. Both of them are dealing with what? Uniform distribution only. Difference is rand function gives the random floating point values 0.0 to 1.0 in middle. Both of them are exclusive. 0.0 will not come, 1.0 will not come, that middle values will come. Understand? Uniform function says 0.0 to 1.0. No, it says if you want your own floating point values between 10 to 15 floating point value you want, between 100 to 120 floating point value you want, between 100 to 200 one floating point value you want, between 100 to 200 one floating point value, between 100 to 200 four floating point values, between 100 to 200 four floating point values, between 100 to 400 one matrix 2D matrix floating point values, 3D matrix values. That is called uniform. Difference between uniform and random function is random function is random floating point values between 0.0 to 1.0. Uniform give you what? Your own low and your own high. In that low and high, random integers came. Here what will come? Random floats will come. Did you understand? Compulsory question. When you apply for Python developers course, compulsory Numpy questions will come. What questions? Random model compulsory they will ask you. Difference between random and then uniform. Right? Come to the point of it. I mentioned very clearly. See, Start with that knowledge. You start. This function is used for generating random floating point values according to programmer choice. Simple way. Syntax number one. Numpy dot random dot uniform of generating any random floating point values between 0.0 to 1.0. Because I did not mention what boundaries, I did not specify. It will take what default boundaries. So what is the default boundaries? It is also something like what? And only. But syntax number two. Syntax number two. Observe the syntax number two, all of you. Observe the syntax number two. Numpy dot random of uniform low comma high. Generating any random floating point values between low and high. Between low and high. How many values? One value. The low is 10, the high is called 14. Between 14, one floating point number will come. Like this. Like this. So, when I'm going to day to my Himachal route when I'm going, there is a McDonald is there. People are going. There one pair is there. One person is sitting like this. That is all. Don't feel in the class. Right? Be spell out. Right? I'll comment on sitting moment also. I don't want to sit. I mean, sitting morning you are seeing sitting morning speaking even 8 o'clock of speaking like that. And you stay and uniformly maintaining any normal distribution, you maintaining. You don't feel sorry is observing it very well. I like my student well. That is my intention. If you sit in what way, we will get any gift, get any award. No, no. If I disturb you by sitting like this, at least I can make you to concentrate in my class. That is my intention. That book feel wrong. Okay? And you know my mindset from beginning onwards. Actually, I don't tell anything to girls. Because sometimes reaches to peak means I tell them. Because they are very important. Because their parents are not in the class. I have to take care about every student. That's why. I'll worry about your notebook also. Correct or not? Start all of you. Numpy dot random dot uniform of low comma high. Generating any random floating point values between low and high. How many? One. That is called very good. One, three. Random dot uniform of low comma high comma size. But the size can be 1D, 2D, just like what random only. But random is what? But is simple. I'll go to that one by one. I'll go to this. Simple students answering. So come